love it. The calls.
You'll eventually get the 20% back. That Silver Connect card is going to pay her co-payments. Remicade, I believe, is an injectable, and her hospitalization co-payments. And tell them to turn his Part B on. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a slightly overcast Wednesday. Perfect for work. Perfect for listening to Medicare. This is Michael Regan. We're going to have a traditional show. It is the 10th of October, 10-10-12. Tomorrow, first time ever, 10-11-12. So that should be an interesting day. I hope the weather's going to be good. All right. So I have some guests in the studio today. They are friends of mine. We have Mary Stocking. She had Mary E. Stocking in rehearsal, but she crossed the E out. My friend Katie Melko. They're actually with a dental practice, but on the side they have a strong passion called Miles for Smiles. And producer Nick did a great job last year when we had one of our shows with the Staywell Center on. Producer Nick put a link and the hands up. It was really sweet. So they've had a phenomenal event this past weekend, and I figured we would carpe diem, seize the day, and we would have them into the studio to discuss their event. So we're going to do that in a little while. We're going to have our Mattatuck Minute at the top of the hour. Most importantly, people, listen up. This is annual notice of change season, and I am legally allowed to talk about it now as of October 1st. Anthem has canceled their LPPO. So for those of you who are out there, and thank you for the lovely ladies that were at my seminar yesterday at the Women's Auxiliary Club, or the Women's Club. It was packed. Dorothy, good job getting everyone there. And no, I don't take donations. I don't. The ladies were trying to say, oh, we want to pay you for this. This is for you. This is Medicare and You. It's about the community. I do the show, obviously, to make money through sales. But when I'm giving a seminar or advising, it's really meant as a topic of helping you. So anyway, ladies, thank you very much. We're not allowed to take any kind of monetary donation. It's called rebating and a kickback, and that's just not me. It's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to have Stephanie Harris at the top of the hour talk to us with the Mattatuck Minute. Producer Tom, ready to put her through, baby? All right, Stephanie Harris, Mattatuck Minute. How you doing?
Good, Mike. How are you?
Good. You know me. No complaints here. Sitting in the studio, rocking and rolling. Life is good. Life is good. All right, so what do you have on the agenda for our listeners?
Well, we have the next installment of our free Cinema Fall series on Friday.
Okay.
They're all movies surrounding or from the Great Depression era with topics surrounding, issues that arose during the Great Depression. I've heard really good things about a couple of these movies. My Man Godfrey is playing at the end of the month, which is supposed to be really good. And this coming Friday, we're looking at Wild Boys of the Road. It's about two teenagers from California who hitch a ride and sneak onto a train to Chicago, and their story about finding work and living there. So
basically just a couple rebels on the run.
Absolutely.
Sound like
you can relate, right, Mike?
Oh, hands down. Stephanie.
Oh, so that's all month in October, and like I said, it's a free program. It's at 5:30 in the evening on Fridays, and we're inviting the entire community to come in and enjoy those.
Okay, so we've got a free cinema fall series, and being the 10th, is next weekend or the following Thursday, third Thursday?
We are not doing a third Thursday in October. We have a first Thursday planned.
Listeners out there, the third Thursday is canceled for October. All right, go ahead, Steph.
All right, we have a decorative arts lecture. It's an American potter by the name of Guy Wolf. He's out of Washington. He's a master potter, and he's going to be talking to us about the American stoneware and how it kind of played into life during the 19th century. Oh,
pottery is essential to the entire cooking industry, to the whole. Have you ever seen them throw? They're on the wheel, and they're literally throwing clay. It's amazing to see an artist throw clay.
Absolutely, and he, like I said, he's a master potter. That's what he's known for. The photo we have of him is right on the wheel with a huge pot.
Oh, sure.
Massive.
They actually slice it with like a piano string to get it off the wheel. If anyone's a master potter out there, I'd love to know what the actual wheel is called. It can't be just called a potter's wheel. But then they put it right into the kiln, and so that's going to be something right up my alley. I'm all over that. Especially the people in Washington are by nature hippie, groovy people. You know, they're slightly affluent to have gotten to that area, so they really appreciate art and the whole slow down and make something instead of just rush and order it on the web from China kind of thing.
Absolutely. There's a huge arts community up in that corner of the state.
Yeah, there is. Okay, and I have to say that the brass button was a huge success last week. The room was packed. I talked to the chairman of the board, and she had stated that there were over 100 people. Do you have an official count or no?
I don't. Eloise and Stephanie were at the Brass Button Award. I was actually here for First Thursday.
Right. It was actually it was an overlap. We had First Thursday and the Brass Button.
Yes, it was. We had great turnouts for both. I don't know what the final count was for Brass Button, but we had
it was about 110. Don't quote me within a few people, but it was about 110. It was
Eloise
a nice
just
turnout.
poked her head in and said 130.
Yeah, Eloise, sweet. She's listening.
Exactly.
Joel and Nancy, so deserving of the award. They're very philanthropic, and they're friends of mine, good people, and it was really nice to see the community come out to the Waterbury Country Club.
Oh, we had an outpouring of support from them. Like you said, it was really nice to see.
It was. Our buddy Tom Shute was the first recipient. It's growing with popularity, and I'm sure you and Bob and Eloise and Stephanie and Jan and Marie are probably planning on making the Brass Button probably at a different date next year, I heard, right?
Yeah, we haven't decided yet, but there are talks of what we're going to be doing for next year.
All right, so sweet. Get out there, join your museum. The Fireball Run was a huge success. I wish the paper mentioned it, but there was hundreds of people running around our beautiful museum. Hopefully they didn't ruin anything, but it was nice to see that the museum got attention in the making of the movie.
Absolutely. Yeah, we had staff stationed at each of their stops.
Oh, I worked one of the stations. Don't you worry.
Yes, that's right. How could I forget, Mike?
Well, you were actually running around like a nut. I was, for the first time, probably calm. I was just sitting at a desk. All right, Stephanie Harris,
they were great.
Have a great day and appreciate your time.
Okay, have a good one.
All right, that's our Mattatuck Minute. It's always nice. All right, so ladies, you've settled into the show now. Producer Tom, producer Nick are ready to roll. On you, focus on the ladies. We're going to plug Miles for Smiles, and then I'm going to do my typical Medicare show. But this is really something, I hope you're out there listening. These two women, intelligent hard workers, have come up with a concept, and it's paid. It's now in its second full year. They've had successful events, so I'd like you to open your mind and really consider, especially you grandmothers out there. In this society, there's a lot of grandmothers taking care of the young ones, unfortunately due to societal situations where the family had some breaking up, and the grandparents out there are taking care of the younger grandchildren, and this is right up your alley. The kids don't have proper dental, and they can get it here. One rotted tooth at a time, as my buddy Mary will say. All right, ladies, take it away.
Okay. My name is Katie Melko. I'm the president and founder of Miles for Smiles. And what we do is we work towards eliminating active disease in children by offering healthy opportunities, education, vital treatments, which we hopefully will give each child a chance to perspire in life. Our belief that a child's life is precious and deserves his or her best chance to become an active member of the community has been a cornerstone in creating Miles for Smiles. Not only do we hope to fight the ever-present difficulties which surround uninsured and underprivileged children, but we also pride ourselves on the education that we provide to each candidate so that they may better understand how to move forward with a healthy lifestyle.
Okay. Mary, you have anything to add to that?
I would just like to say, we tell you a little bit about our event that we just had. On Sunday was our second annual 5K. Was held in Watertown, Connecticut at Veterans Memorial Park. We ended up having about 56 people come out and support us.
Well done.
Thank you. We were very excited and about that number. Definitely more than we expected. A lot of new people.
So thank you for
really
coming out.
Thankful. Thanks to everyone who came out, and we had a great time meeting everybody. And we always are interested in meeting our supporters. So for us, that was great to just be able to one-on-one meet our supporters. It was a very very great turnout. Everyone who was there had a great time. We had a DJ. We had prizes, awards given out to our top runners, and we even had a little tie-dye station at the end. Anybody who got one of our T-shirts could tie-dye the shirt at the end, which a lot of people really enjoyed.
And thank you very much for displaying G.S. Regan so nicely on the back of the T-shirt.
Of course, thank you for
I promise you I didn't
us.
take one. I felt it was more important to go to the runners, not the greedy people. All right. This is a good organization. I'm going to give you a phone number, and I'm going to turn it back over to Katie. This is for your grandchild or your son or daughter out there, for the mothers listening to me at the employers. If they do not have dental, this is the organization that you go to. You did 22 schools last year or something unbelievable, right? How many schools?
We went to over 10 elementary schools last year, but we actually serviced 22 children.
That was it. 22 children, free dental care. I knew that 22 was important. All right, so if you're listening out there, you're going to call into the studio, 203-757-1320. Katie, explain the true passion behind gifting this, just doing it for free.
I'm a dental hygienist, and I see on a daily basis parents struggling to get their kids care before it's too late.
Right.
Before, the child's in pain, or, they have severely decayed permanent teeth that causes them to have issues for their whole life. So I wanted to be able to do something to reach out and educate parents and get children's services and kind of be able to stop it before it gets to a point where it's a big problem.
Right.
And, of course, access to care is a huge thing. So we, last year, collaborated with Staywell Health Center, and they agreed to do the services for Miles for Smiles, and we would fund them.
That's funding with your hard-earned raised dollars. I mean, you had the Mardi Gras event at the Grand Oak Villa. My buddy Angela DeStasi and her husband, they put that on. It was a great event. This year was even bigger. And I believe in the email or the invitation it says to bring a slightly used book. What's that about? What's your program for that?
Staywell Health Center reached out to us saying, I know that your big goal is to get dental treatment, but we have a literacy program we're trying to get off the ground. Would you be interested in collecting books for us so that we can give each child a book to take home when they come here, to promote for you to read to your children at home and get them interested in education and learning. So at our Mardi Gras, we asked everyone to bring a book. They got a free raffle ticket, and it's a win-win.
It is a win-win. One woman got a monster, bottles of alcohol, which clearly was worth the ticket. The fair sales are always generous. One thing I do want to plug, and Mary Stocking out there, who works with Katie, no names for HIPAA reasons. We don't plug any physicians, but you both worked together last year, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Collaborated on this event. And Mary's instrumental because she's the assistant track coach at Pomperaug High School in Southbury. So the 5K really, as Katie would say, even in rehearsal on the phone last night, this was her baby. You got the timing. Take credit. Explain the process of what you did and how you coordinated everything to have a successful 5K.
Yeah, it definitely requires a lot more work than we had anticipated, but I, luckily with my background in track and field and working with athletes, I kind of had an idea. I was with some of the other coaches that I work with, was able to borrow some equipment that was really important, the watch to record all the times, and I actually had been in touch with companies that do the chip timing, which, we were a small event, so that wasn't for us. So he helped me put together a way to do it ourselves. So we ordered our own bib numbers. What we had was someone who was recording all the times, matching it up with their bib numbers, which we had all their names on, and just had us set up at the finish line to make sure we kept everything in order, could match things up at the end, and it worked really well for us. And I was just lucky with my experience and the connections I know at Pontbrog High School. My fellow coaches, they were really
the
big
outreach.
help.
Isn't that nice to see?
So nice.
When people see a good organization and it's for a good event, there's a dyslexic event on Sunday, the community really cares. Like, it's something like, sure, Mary, we can help you with that.
Absolutely.
We have a caller on line 1, Michael Regan, Medicare and You. How are you?
Hi, Mike. It's Tricia.
Tricia, okay. You are one of the recipients of the proceeds from Miles for Smiles. Let me put Mary and Katie on the phone with you. Actually, Tricia and I, for HIPAA violations, no last names, but I know you. We've been friends for about 15 years. We started in a little cubicle office up in Torrington behind the paint store, and you've really grown your agency into a fantastic educational community outreach program.
Yes, I have.
You have. I mean, single-handedly, you've built this baby with your own bare hands. So it was very coincidental that Katie and Mary reached out to you when I happen to know you. So it's a perfect fit. I couldn't be happier to see someone hardworking like you be a recipient. Let me put Katie on the airwaves, and you two collaborate and let our listeners know how this is going to work for you.
Hi, Trish. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you doing, Katie?
Good. So why don't you just give our listeners a background as to what AHEC does?
Yeah, Northwestern Area Health Education Center, or we refer to ourselves as the AHEC. We're located here in Waterbury, and we run a program called the Youth Health Service Corps, YHSC, and essentially through YHSC we engage high school students from the Waterbury high schools here in town, students who are interested in health professions. And we give the students training, and then we guide them through service learning projects in the community. And the students pick projects that address unmet healthcare needs that they identify in the community here in Waterbury where they live.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was a nice fit. Katie reached out to me. She gave me Katie and Mary, and they gave me a little, the 411 on Miles for Smiles. And
listen to how hip she is. She's like giving like the hip young kid terms.
I work with high school students. Yeah, I don't even think they use that term anymore. I'm years behind.
Oh, it's outdated?
It's something else, I'm sure. But, so talking with Katie and Mary, their passion for providing dental services for children who don't have access, and that certainly is an unmet healthcare need here in the Waterbury community. And it's one that the Youth Health Service Corps members have identified, and they created a service project called Brushing Bunny. And Katie and Mary were interested in learning about Brushing Bunny, which is basically a storybook about a bunny who learns how to eat healthfully and brush his teeth, and to really, keep decay out of the teeth and see the dentist on the schedule that you're supposed to do, all the rules of good oral hygiene. So we the Youth Health Service Corps students bring that project into the elementary schools here in Waterbury to help teach students, the younger students, about good dental hygiene. So it was just, it piggybacks on the work that Mary and Katie are doing as far as education is one piece. But getting in to see your dental providers is another extremely important piece, and they're really bringing that part to the community, which when they were here in my office, I told them they're my hero. What they're doing is so fabulous, and the outreach that they're doing to the community is amazing.
Yeah. It's not hard to like them. They're really great ladies. And you know what? The beauty is they're doing it with the kindness of their own heart. They don't take any money out of the 501c3. Mm-hmm. Everything goes back to the community, and it's proven. I'm on the board. It's proven. I mean, they're now taking it even farther. We have to have a full board with a quorum and everything like that to make it official for the IRS. But the fact that the first year they gave all those proceeds to the Stay Well Health Clinic, it's nice to see you on board because you're really in the community as well.
Yeah, well, Katie and Mary had a good idea, and I could let them talk about it, how they can get our Youth Health Service Corps members involved. It's just the two of them, and they're running this. They're doing it on their days off. They're running fundraisers and providing dental care.
Right.
Plus, they work, they work real jobs, too, or
They do.
paying jobs.
Dental
I should
hygienist,
say.
dental assistant at
Yes.
a doctor up in Prospect who's a good man.
Yes, so I said, is there a way to get more hands on deck through our Youth Health Service Corps program and my staff here at the agency directing the high school students here in Waterbury? Are there some tasks with the appropriate guidance and support that the Youth Health Service Corps members could get involved in? They came up with an idea.
Yeah, so basically what we had talked about was we want to do like seminars with preschools, elementary schools, after-school programs to educate the parents on how to take care of their kids' teeth, what they should and shouldn't be eating.
Sweet.
Just how-tos that, before I even was a dental hygienist, I didn't think of. So just like a 411 for parents
True.
to, get the education so that they can help their kids. Parents think that they're helping them and they end up really hurting them in the end, but they don't understand all the, chemical background in the mouth.
That's all you. I consult on Medicare. That's all you. But
So,
you are here. Really did a great job. It was packed on Sunday, Tricia, at the Veterans Memorial Park, and it was just nice. I had such a smile on my face.
Yeah, and I mean, Katie and Mary, while I think their agency, their 501c3 nonprofit, it's new, it's getting off the ground, it's getting the IRS stamps of approval and all that jazz. But to really be out there early, fundraising is a really important piece to keeping these good works happening. So I heard about, I didn't know about it before. I met them, I don't know, you guys came out on Monday, I guess the day after.
Beautiful.
Yes, yeah, and you let me know about it, and that was really impressive that they already have some fundraisers in place and any other way that they can receive donations from the community to keep this work going.
All right. That's Tricia Harrity with AHEC, Northwestern Area Health Education Center. And thank you very much for your friendship and your business. We're going to take a commercial break, plug our sponsors, and thank you very much for phoning in, Tricia.